Do you know what it takes to be a genius? Is it a high IQ or just being different? Most people would think that there's only one type of intelligence. That means if you don't have a high IQ, you can never be a genius. However, there are many different types of geniuses out there. In today's episode, we will be looking at some geniuses who changed the world. Let's start with Leonardo da Vinci. He was an Italian Renaissance polymath of the 15th and 16th centuries during the High Renaissance. He is widely considered to be one of the greatest painters of all time, and perhaps the most diversely talented person ever. Da Vinci was a painter, sculptor, architect, musician, scientist, inventor, anatomist, geologist, cartographer, draftsman, engineer, and writer. He is credited with having produced some of the most notable paintings in the world, including the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. His genius was mainly in his broad spectrum of knowledge and not necessarily his IQ. For instance, in one of his notebooks, he wrote about celestial navigation. In another, he described a system of mirrors for use in solar energy, which he based on his knowledge of optics and geometry. Other scientists had to wait hundreds of years to come up with ideas that he already knew. We could go on listing Leonardo da Vinci's inventions, but that would take hours. So let us show you some of the most amazing ones. The first one is the robot. We often see robots in movies, but did you know that Leonardo da Vinci invented the first robot? It was called the mechanical knight. This robot was able to move its arms and legs and even breathe. Unfortunately, it was destroyed in a fire long ago. Next, the helicopter. The idea of a helicopter isn't new. People have been trying to invent it for centuries. But it was Leonardo da Vinci who made the first helicopter design. He called it an aerial screw. It looked like a giant propeller, and according to his notes, it could fly. The problem is that he never built one. Other inventors had to wait another 400 years to make the first real helicopter. Next, the parachute. Parachutes are used by the military all over the world today, but again, it was Leonardo da Vinci who invented the first one. He called it an aerial backpack. It looked like a big bag with a wooden frame. The idea was that you could jump out of a plane and use the parachute to slow your fall so that you could land safely. Of course, this invention was never used because at the time there were no planes. Other inventors had to wait until the 18th century to make the first real parachute. The armored car. Armored cars are also used by the military today, but they weren't invented until Leonardo da Vinci. He designed an armored car that could carry 4 soldiers. It had thick walls and was designed to protect the soldiers from bullets and bombs. Again, this invention was never used because it was too complicated and expensive to build. But other inventors didn't have to wait long. During World War I, the first real armored cars were used. The machine gun. Machine guns are one of the most powerful weapons in the military arsenal. But again, it was Leonardo da Vinci who invented the first one. He designed a machine gun that could fire around 200 bullets per minute. It was called the Gatling gun, after its inventor, Richard Gatling. But Leonardo da Vinci's design was much more advanced. Unfortunately, his design was never finished. Other inventors had to wait another 300 years to make the first real machine gun. All these inventions prove that Leonardo da Vinci was a true genius. He had a broad spectrum of knowledge and was able to use it to create some truly amazing inventions. Although most of his inventions were never used, they laid the foundation for future inventors. Next, Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany. He was a theoretical physicist who developed the theory of relativity, one of the 2 pillars of modern physics, along with quantum mechanics. His work is also known for its influence on the philosophy of science. He is best known for his mass-energy equivalence formula, E mc², which has been dubbed the world's most famous equation. Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921 for his services to theoretical physics and for his discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect. His genius had a huge impact on the world. First, his theory of relativity revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and gravity. Before Einstein, it was thought that space and time were absolute. That meant that no matter where you were in the universe, time would be the same. However, Einstein showed that this is not the case. Time is relative, which means that time can pass differently for different observers. This has led to some strange conclusions, such as the fact that time travel is possible. Second, his theory of general relativity completely changed our understanding of gravity. Before Einstein, it was thought that gravity was a force. However, he showed that gravity is actually a curvature in space-time caused by mass and energy. This has led to some amazing discoveries, such as the fact that black holes exist. Third, his work on the photoelectric effect showed that light can behave as both a wave and a particle. This was a major breakthrough in physics and helped to pave the way for quantum mechanics. Fourth, he contributed to the development of atomic weapons. In 1939, Einstein wrote a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt warning him of the potential for Nazi Germany to develop atomic weapons. This led to the creation of the Manhattan Project, which successfully developed the first atomic weapons. Fifth, he helped to develop radar systems during World War II. This was important for the Allied victory in the war. After the war, he became a vocal critic of the nuclear arms race and campaigned for peace. He died on April 18, 1955. Next, Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was born on January 8, 1942 in Oxford, England. He was a brilliant theoretical physicist and cosmologist who was also a best-selling author and popularizer of science. Hawking's work had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe. In his early career, he made contributions to the fields of black hole astrophysics and quantum gravity. His most famous work is A Brief History of Time, which has sold over 10 million copies worldwide. Hawking was also a prominent figure in popular culture, appearing on television shows such as The Simpsons and Doctor Who. Despite the limitations imposed by his physical disabilities, Hawking was an inspiration to millions of people around the world. He died on March 14, 2018. Let's look at his genius. First, his work on black holes completely changed our understanding of these mysterious objects. Hawking showed that black holes are not entirely black, and that they can emit a type of radiation that is now known as Hawking radiation. This discovery has had a profound impact on our understanding of gravity and the nature of reality. Second, his contributions to the field of quantum gravity are also highly significant. Hawking worked on developing a theory that would unify general relativity with quantum mechanics. This is one of the biggest challenges in modern physics, and Hawking's work has brought us closer to a solution. Third, his popularization of science has inspired millions of people around the world. Hawking was able to explain complex scientific concepts in a way that was accessible to the general public. This has done much to increase interest in science and mathematics among young people. We hope you enjoyed this video about some geniuses who changed the world. If you want to learn more about history's greatest minds, stay tuned for more content. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.